EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
On this episode of EFB Insider, we break down Game 2 of the season with Coach Rouz. He's candid about not only the outcome of the game, but what he's going to do as a coach to improve. The players represented are Ian Grogan, who's as versatile as any athlete, and the playmaker, Jalen Jones. This is EFB Insider. I'm Paul Higgins, and all the action starts right now. Coach, I want to start this off on a real light note, and I want to tell you that it was really cool to meet your dad. I had an opportunity to meet him both weekends, and I know that you know that he's proud of you, but I was watching him watch you. He's super proud of you.
Yeah, well, I'm super thankful to have him. He is definitely one of the most interesting men in the world. I think he gives the Dos Equis man a run for his money. Fun fact about him, he's rode his bike across the country in 66 days. And went to brew pubs every day. He planned it out. He had this whole spreadsheet, and then he did the Underground Railroad went from New Orleans all the way up to Canada. He wants to go from down from San Diego up to Canada again. Then he has some other trip where he wants to hit some college football scenes. But he promised me that if I ever got a head coaching job one day, he would come work with me. So I'm working on him, man. I'm trying to make him uphold the promise. So yeah. You gotta help me out there because he's a big fan of yours too.
Well, I didn't get a chance to meet your mom. I know your mom was here.
Yeah.
But again, it was a blessing to meet your dad, and so nice. And I can tell you where you get your angst from and your determination from. Yeah. So flushed out. I know we got to talk about it, right?
Sure.
The elephant in the room,
100%.
The second game of the season. Yeah. Norco. How did you flush that game out?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is before you flush it, you got to have an honest look, man in the mirror. Me first and foremost. What didn't go well? What have you been doing that you thought was going to work that didn't? And then how do you fix it? And so there's a lot of things that we looked internally on and realized, really me principally, that I got to do a better job of creating a structure that helps our coaches be their best and our kids be their best, and it's structure over strategy in a lot of ways. So there's some things we restructured. We got to tackle better, obviously. We got to convert in the red zone. Very happy with the way our special teams performed. Kickers stepped up, Teasley and Wilson, and then Roman's been a star for us. And the snaps with Bauer have been great. So, but across the board, definitely in 2 of the 3 phases of the game, we got to be better.
Yeah, Norco was pretty good though. They're a pretty good football team.
Yeah, running back was the real deal. They played hard, loved the environment. Apparently there's some horses behind us.
There was.
Coach Chuck, actually Tony was over there, Coach Dye was there before, and had high respect for him and always spoke highly of his ability to get his kids to play hard and scheme-wise, and I think that they did both. And the biggest thing that we looked at is we're ahead at before half, and then we come out in the second half and we don't elevate and they do. So. Right. They did a good job, and we just have to be better. And there's a lot of things we've tweaked this week to try to improve that.
Your thoughts? I know the ebb and the flow of the game. I'm going to ask your players tonight on the show about that. It changes, and I know that I heard you say to a coach, hey, it's your job, get these guys motivated. Mm-hmm. And you do a great job of that. Tell me about delegating that aspect of the game to a coach responsible for the players.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's the thing. For us, the desire, right? Desire to achieve greatness is the first core value of Dog. And so when I'm talking to that coach, he's the guy on the sideline to help. But again, that's something where we all have to do a better job of having a real burning desire that we want to go win a game. And that has to be no matter what your role is, whether you're the starting quarterback or you're a guy that's suiting up to be part of the team and part of the experience, you got to go and be a part of that. And so I think that was something we talked about with all of our kids, coaches included, hey, if you're not in the game, you got to be in the game, but then also where are you on the field? Where there was a lot of chaos on the sidelines that I need to do a better job of when offense is on the ball, the defense needs to move back, vice versa, so on and so forth. So there was a lot of introspection. There's a lot of, looking at things and seeing what we can do better, pre-game all the way through halftime stuff to help us be into the game, be in the moment, be present.
And that's part of being on the road too, working out those kinks. But now you're back home for week 3, St. Augustine, a good football team out of South San Diego. Tell me about this team and how your approach is to them.
Well, they easily could be 2-0.
Yeah.
So they look like they have some really good size. They got some guys on the edges that play receiver and corner that are good. There's some linemen that have some good size. They have a running back that's good. If we don't bring our game, it's like we talked about this entire summer. When we're on, we can beat anybody. When we're not clicking, we're going to struggle a little bit, and it's us finding our rhythm to be able to, be our best. They do some interesting formations that kind of change game to game, so we're prepared for those. And just, again, how do we do our things our best? How do we have the right amount of scheme so that we can execute well on offense? And then how do we continue to help these kids and these young men become the leaders and take control of the team?
Coach, as well as I know you, I know that you'll have them prepared. Good luck on Friday, and I know it's going to be a fun game.
Thank you. Well, we hope so.
We're just getting started here on EFB Insider. Up next, the versatile Ian Grogan. We'll be right back.
EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
Ian, I know that 1-1 is not as good as 2-0,
Yep.
but still, you guys learned a lot in a loss. Tell me what you learned specifically about yourself first.
Well, the loss was very tough. I really wish I could have been out there to play. And honestly, it just kind of opened my eyes to you can't take any team for granted, especially Norco. We thought watching film, we're like, oh, this team's this is not very special team, and we were going to go out there and smack them. But obviously you saw from there that we didn't come to play, and it showed on the field. So.
Being on the sidelines, I learned a lot about you guys, and I learned a lot about the coaching and just the ebb and the flow of the game. Do you know what I mean by that, how the game goes? And do you think you guys were flat at first, or do you think, was it hot? Where was the energy level?
Honestly, I didn't think usually these last 2 games we came out pretty strong. We know we scored the first 2 drives both times, but I think it's the third quarter that's really messing us up. Because every time we come back from halftime, we haven't scored in the third quarter since, I don't even remember, maybe a couple years. So I think the third quarter is our big problem, and we need to fix that this week.
And I know that you've got a position that you're going to be playing. Tell me about that position.
Yeah, I'm playing running back. I've been playing running back since I was 5 years old, but I switched to wide receiver sophomore year, and I'm just happy to be back at running back. It's going to be fun.
Tell me about your vision as a running back when you know that you're going to get the ball. A lot of running backs, don't look where they're going at first because they don't want the eyes to give it away, and not to give anything away with you. But how do you approach the running game?
Honestly, every time I get up before the snap, I always just look left, right, just to see where everyone's going and also where the defense is moving, and then I can make my cuts from there. And I also read off the butts of my linemen, and wherever they go, I go with them. So,
I gotcha.
Mainly following Killian O'Connor. So
not a bad guy to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's right at the middle.
Of course. Anywhere I can get a hole, just go to the pylon and just go score. That's what my dad's been teaching me. So.
And the running game is so important because it establishes a rhythm to the game, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
You have to have a good run pass.
Pardon me, but why is it that you hear people say, after 10, 15 runs by a running back, he's in the groove, he's started? What is it about an athlete like you that, does it take time to get in the groove?
Honestly, for me, it's more like 2 to 3 plays, just getting hit and just feeling it. And once you get that one run, you're like, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. Because you just want the ball after that. Because you know that these guys aren't going to take you down after 5 yards. That's my mentality, at least.
Right.
And I just want the ball every single time. So.
To me, it seems like you have fun.
Yeah. No, I love football. Football's amazing. Yeah.
It seems like you have fun in high school. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. High school has been probably the greatest experience of my life, especially coming to SM. I actually wrote my college essay on Santa Margarita about how it changed my life.
Oh, that's awesome. I'd love to read that actually.
It's a good It's pretty good.
Well, and speaking of that, I mean, tonight after this, you're going to go to the volleyball, girls volleyball
Exactly.
game.
Yep. Go see my friends, just watch them play sports. I love to see my other friends play because they always get to see me play on Friday nights.
Yep.
And I always want to support them as well. So.
Well, tell me about that. You're going to be back at Saddleback, and you played there. I mean, obviously that first game was really electric. Everybody was new. Tell me about your thoughts about that stadium and where you're at playing.
That stadium is just amazing. Like, it was my first time seeing it when we got on the bus, and I felt the turf. The turf felt different. Just the whole field just felt like a college stadium basically. And also looking out, finally seeing fans there, it was awesome. It was amazing.
You're playing baseball as well.
Yes, sir.
And did you say center field?
Left field.
Left field, starting left field. And I asked you the question before we started tonight, football, baseball, and you said?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Do you know, I made this mistake with Blake because he was already committed. Are you going anywhere that we know about yet?
No, not right now, but I'm talking to some schools for baseball, and just baseball's been my love since I was I have videos when I was 3 years old hitting baseballs, and my dad also went to Utah to play baseball as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
I kind of want to follow in his footsteps and go to Utah as well. So
It's one of the only sports you can fail 7 times out of 10.
exactly, and be successful.
And be successful.
That's what I tell everyone. Yep.
Oh, you got to hit the ball 3 times.
I know exactly. Yep.
And I know that this is a long season, and I want to just end with this and ask you, what is your personal goal? I know we're getting into the heart of the preseason, and then you quickly get into league.
I just love having fun. I mean, I don't really care about the record. Obviously, I want to have a winning record, but these guys, I love them to death, and I'd do anything for them, and I just love having fun with football, and it's just a great experience. I mean, playing high school football, there's nothing else like that.
Well, I know as blessed as you think you are, we're blessed to have you, so thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, good job, man. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Appreciate it.
That was awesome.
Up next, two-way starter and game changer Jalen Jones. You're watching EFB Insider, and I'm Paul Higgins. We'll be right back.
EFB Insider with Paul J. Higgins is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Reach your peak at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Rancho Santa Margarita. Eagles, listen up. Flock to Mountain Mike's Pizza every Wednesday as 20% of the sales are donated to Santa Margarita High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud supporter of Eagles football and EFB Insider.
Jalen, I know that not winning a football game is kind of a rough thing after so many days of practice, and you get to a game and the anticipation of winning a game. How did you react to that loss, and how did you guys, as Coach always says, let's flush this game out?
So basically, after the game, everybody was disappointed in themselves because we didn't play to our best ability. So the next day, we did a little stretch out, flush, watched the film. But our next practice, we just came back already focused on beating St. Augustine this week and trying to prepare better than we did last week so we can get a win.
What did you learn about your team and about the approach? Sometimes losing a game early is okay. I mean, you learn a lot from losing sometimes, right?
Yes, sir.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that, if we play as a team, we could be the best team. We could beat anybody. But if we don't, we could lose anybody, as you saw last week. So as of this week, we're just working on preparing better and playing as a team so we can go out and show everybody what we can do on Friday.
Yeah, you are an exceptional athlete. I know you know that.
Thank you.
And also you're running track, because we saw you in track and you were just amazing there. Tell me about your thoughts. This is your 4th year here.
Yes.
I remember just like yesterday you were a freshman. It's scary how fast it went by. What have you enjoyed most about playing football here? I know you had to weather the storm with some coaches, and I'm sure that will probably pay off for you in the long run when you get in the professional environment. But tell me about playing football here at Santa Margarita.
Oh, well, recently with our new coaching staff we had, everything's just been getting better. The culture around everyone has been greatly increasing. Everybody just feels like brothers to each other. Whenever you need someone's there to help you. Like, the culture around it's just amazing now that we have, Coach Rouz as our head coach, and that football is so much more enjoyable when I know that the person next to me is working just as hard as me and just wants to be great just like I do.
You seem pretty even keel when you're on that football field. What gets you excited? What gets you just jacked up to go?
When we start the game, I'm extremely excited, and then whenever somebody makes a big play, I'm always running over there to congratulate them. or especially like if someone on offense or if I score, that always gets me excited, and I like to go to the crowd and show off the eagle chain that we wear.
Tell me about the crowd, because you had an opportunity to play at Saddleback the first game of the year. You're going back there in a couple days. Pretty exciting place to play.
Yeah, it's very exciting. When we drove up there, that was the first time me seeing the stadium, and it was like open, so I didn't know how it would be. But once we ran out of the locker room, the crowd was just amazing. It was just completely filled. The nest was filled, and you could tell that it was one of the best crowds I've ever seen, because they got first in the OC Register with the best crowd. So I mean, we just need that again this upcoming Friday.
What do you know about this St. Augustine team? I know that going into this game, they're 0-2. Coach said they shouldn't be 0-2. They could easily be 2-0. And, you know, Ian was just talking about, hey, we can't make the mistake of watching a team on film and not really taking them seriously. What do you do about this team, and how do you approach this game?
We approach it like we're playing one of the best teams in the nation. That's how we have to approach it, so we can put up as many points as possible and have our best performance. We can't go out like we did last week and lackluster and having bad practices. We got to come out strong and just put up points on the board.
It is a long season. 10 games is a long season, because you guys practice so much before you get to the season, and then here you are. How do you pace yourself? You're a two-way starter, and I'm sure that you get banged up a little bit, but how do you pace yourself in this game of football?
Oh, well, so when I get tired and I have like a lot of hurt in my body, I'll put someone else in. Like I'll call for a sub for a couple of plays just so I can get a break, because I have faith in my teammates that they can do the right thing too. Yeah. And then I'll go back in and just get back to working.
What is it about this game of football that drives you to play it at the way and at the level that you do?
Honestly, the support you get from your fans watching the game, that just drives me to be there. Like walking out on that field and just seeing everybody cheer for you when you do something great, it's just an amazing feeling. And playing for someone, playing football for your brothers is like one of the best things you can ever do.
What's the future hold for you? I know that you and I were just talking about maybe some Ivy League schools you're looking at, but what do you see yourself doing 4, 5, 10 years from now?
Honestly, I'm praying that I'm going to keep working harder and that I'll be in the NFL. But if that doesn't work out, I probably will do some type of engineering studying. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to be something in that field.
Would you ever open your own business?
Possibly. I haven't really thought of that yet.
Yeah.
But that seems like a good idea.
I just planted the seed. Well, you're an exceptional player to watch, and I see you around campus. Everyone really enjoys you, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
That was awesome, man. You did great. That was awesome.